Hey, Precious Jewel, what's going on? How are you? How are you? How are you doing? What's up, Mocha Drop? Baby, one thing about Mocha Drop gonna be here for our politic talk. Okay, I'm here for it. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I did start a little bit earlier than I had planned, but we here. Okay, we here. Let me get my water because we got lots to talk about today. We got a lot to discuss. Ooh. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Okay, y'all can. Good, 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 good. Give me just a second. A little thirsty. Okay, maybe a lot of thirsty. Ooh, that was a blessing to my soul. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna probably start at the 5 minute mark just to give a little bit of time for the people to come in. So that we can get this thing crack a lacking, because we do got a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about an update on the trade war. We're going to be talking about Jamal Bryant and what his plans are for the Target DEI dispute. We are going to be talking about how a Fayette County schools says that it will not sign DEI federal compliance. I do think that that's a good conversation to have. We're going to be talking about Bernie Sanders saying that the Democrats have paid a political price, okay, for not listening to the working class. And unfortunately, I agree. You know, sometimes I don't agree with Bernie Sanders, but here we are, and I'm here to talk about it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about a couple things today. What's up, everybody? Hey, Miss Cheryl, what's going on? What's going on? Um, oh man, come on! Don't do this to me. Let me grab these links, cause you won't be doing this to me today. Oh no, honey. Okay, let me see. Hey, everybody. It says that we have about 9 people up in here. If y'all in the bushes, go on and speak to me. Go on and speak to me. How you doing? Go on and speak to me. I also have a question, and I'm gonna ask my viewers this. Um, do y'all prefer for me to speak on this? Would y'all? Let me just, yeah. Would y'all like for me to talk about this Metcalf? The whole situation dealing with that. Do y'all care what I have to say about that? That's a good question. Now, I did share a video on my main channel in regards to Tabitha Speaks politics. She actually gave a really good outline about the MAGA supporter who I guess he has some type of ties to and I'm talking about the y'all know the stabon that happened at the Frisco track meet. So apparently one of a black MAGA supporter um was they called the dad weak and all kind of stuff about him not standing up for himself, and it was a lot. If y'all haven't checked that video out, I think it was about 3 or 4 days ago. We may listen to it. um, yes, I love Tabitha too. Hey, Alabama girl, what's going on? What's going on? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. We 5 minutes in. All right, so let me go ahead and give you guys an update on Pastor Jamal Bryant. Okay, so let's get into this now. This article was written by the Christian Post, and I do find it to be very interesting. So it says MAGA Church Pastor Jamal Bryant said that pledge to invest $2 million into Black-owned businesses by July 31st was not enough to settle a dispute over the retail giant's decision to scale back its DEI incentives. Now, a lot of people was asking why Jamal Bryant, or why the focus was mainly on Target. This is one of the main reasons. Now, this is coming again from Jamal Bryant. When he went to the Breakfast Club, he absolutely explained why Target was the first on the on the block. And give me 1 second. Um Hold on. Is this what I was looking? Okay. So before I get into it, he had made the news, of course. Um Dang, I want just that clip. Um okay. Well, I want to play this news clipping. I was hoping, I know that when he went on the Breakfast Club, he absolutely to make sure y'all ain't gonna play me like Zelensky in the barbershop. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I see a lot of pastors, everybody who stands prick, and you got to stand that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think this is it. Here we go. Spend 12 million when Trump made Amazon the 40-day fast of Target. Yes. Okay, here we go. I want y'all to listen to Jamal Bryant. Into play and why? I'm not trying. You are putting it into play. No. Yeah. So people are asking, why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John Deere's out of order, Bank of America's out of order, Amazon is out of order. Is we wanted to go. The African proverb says, if you want to eat an elephant, do one piece at a time. Mm-hmm. So we picked Target first for several reasons. Number one, Target is headquartered in the same city George Floyd was killed. Mm-hmm. When George Floyd was killed, Target came out, made an announcement that they're going to invest $2 billion in the Black business. $2 billion, drum roll, and it starts December of 2025. Mm-hmm. When Trump made the announcement January of 2025, they dishonored that commitment. So we wanted to hold them accountable because when they made the pledge, it had nothing to do with DEI. Secondly, I am embarrassed, Breakfast Club, to say to you, Negroes spend $12 million a day in Target. Mm-hmm. And I don't know any Black business that amasses that much money in any singular day. Is it $12 million a day? A day. Number three, Target is on 27 college campuses and not one HBCU. Mm. Number four, outside of the federal government, Target is the largest employer of Black people. There are 400,000 Black people on payroll and don't honor us. So if we're giving that kind of money, that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think is dismally disrespected. And because they're publicly traded, we wanted to see what will happen in those 40 days that shows the data. This is the impact when Black people walk away. And all right, so I wanted to play that clip because we are talking about this. So again, mega church pastor Jamal Bryant said the Target's pledge to invest $2 million into Black-owned businesses by July the 31st was not enough to settle a dispute over the retail giant's decision to scale back on DEI. Scale back on DEI. Now, the reason why I played that is because you heard him say that Target had agreed by December of 2025 to invest $2 billion into Black-owned businesses. Well, unfortunately, when they scale back on the DEI thing, here we are now, where they're saying now that if we can get on solid ground, if we can get on common footing here, we would be willing to invest $2 million into the Black-owned businesses by July the 31st. I'm not mad at Jamal for this. I'm not.
Because y'all mean to tell me that y'all decided to scale back where you still want to give the 2 billion. You didn't decrease the amount, you didn't increase it, that's for sure. But you want to pay it by July the 31st when your original commitment was to do it by December of 2025. But we want that to be done and then still the DEI incentives still be stripped. Yeah, I'm not mad at Jamal. Are y'all mad at Jamal for this? I'm not. I'm not mad at them for sitting down and getting down to the bottom of this. I'm not. And I am also, I told y'all, I've told y'all this several different times. We are not the same black people that we were before. We're not even the same type of black people that we were prior to, or when Trump was in office the first time. We're not the same. We're just not. We're not the same. Hey, I bet you won't. What's going on, Gigi? Okay, so it says that the rejection of the offer comes just days after Target CEO Brian Cornell had a meeting in New York City with Reverend Al Sharpton, who called it very constructive. This morning, I had a very constructive and candid meeting with Brian Cornell, and that included NAN, the National Board Chair, Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, and the NAN Senior Advisor, Kara Wallace. I am going to inform our allies, including Reverend Dr. Jamal Bryant. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Jamal Bryant of our decision, what my feelings are, and where we go from here. Now, I told y'all last week that I had a feeling about it being necessarily Al Sharpton. Now, my question is, Al Sharpton, you had to go back and talk to Jamal Bryant and tell Jamal Bryant what a constructive conversation that y'all had. But it doesn't sound like it was too constructive. And I think my feelings about it being him in the beginning are absolutely accurate. So it says that Brian, who leads the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest, Georgia, told congregants on this church's Sunday that there was a different impression, that he had a different impression of the meeting. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, you already okay, Lord have mercy, they wrote this article very quick. Ladies and gentlemen, you already have read the report that a meeting took place, and in that meeting I wanted to share with you the outcome of it. We had 4 asks, and the only walk away with one thing, and that's again putting the billions back into the black owned businesses. I want to tell you what that one thing is. Target has agreed that by July the 31st that they will complete the pledge of $2 million into black businesses, he said. But the other 3 things that we have no commitment on, and we do not have anything to stand on because their currency does not ride with us, he added. He said, beginning on March the 5th, Brian and his church committed to a 40-day fast, which included not shopping at Target and joining the pushback against Target. The Georgia pastor accused the retail giant and large corporations such as Walmart, of course, Amazon, and more. About the pushback and end to the DEI policies. All right. It goes on to say that Brian's boycott began as Target announced that that it is expected a meaningful drop in their first quarter profits due to the ongoing consumers' uncertainty. Yeah, because again, once we rally together, we listen. What I've said about us as a people, when we rally together, we do make things happen. That's that when we rally together, we absolutely make a lot of things happen. And so I really truly believe that we are allowing them to suffer. The Georgia pastor who called Target DEI wrote back a spit in the face of black people, and insisted to his congregants on Sunday that their boycott had caused the share prices of the company to tumble. And it is absolutely correct. It goes on to say that when we started this Target Fast, $1 trillion company, a Fortune 500 company, was trading on the New York Stock Exchange at $138 a share. Because of how it is now, it is now down to $94 a share. Okay, and as of this article, it's down to $93 a share. Well, as of Monday, it was down to $93 a share. Foot traffic at Target has been down by 7.9%. Again, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is definitely a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you will share with me your enthusiasm for people who thought it was ineffective and that there would be no results um, as to the boycott. So again, I thought that that was dope, and I just wanted to update you guys on that so that you guys would know what is going on. Okay, all right, all right. And if y'all could do me a favor and please make sure y'all hit that like button. We ain't got that many people's up in here, but just please make sure you hit the like button. All right. So let's get into trade war, honey. The trade war, girl. All right. Okay, so this is actually just a quick update, guys. Okay. My computer wants to freeze, child. I appreciate y'all for being here as well. Well, while I wait on that to decide what the hell it wants to do, let's get into a couple of other things. I wanted to talk about something because I just found this to be very telling, and this is regarding the NAACP and Project 2025. You don't hear as many people talking about Project 2025 because we are literally living a lot of the things that are in Project 2025. And so Project 2025 is a comprehensive conservative policy agenda aiming to restructure the federal government. Okay. I mean, it's just that simple. Um, or are you gonna let me restore my okay, there we go. So this includes well, critics, including the NAACP and the Legal Defense Fund, uh, is basically saying that they could reserve the rights in the decades of progress in civil rights, education, healthcare. Speaking of healthcare, we do absolutely have to talk about the things going on with that, and the environmental justice as well. This also talks about the Department of Education dismantling, and that is literally happening before our eyes. So anyone that tells us that Project 2025 is not, we're not living Project 2025, you're absolutely incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. Hey, Mama Bees, what's going on? How are you? Um, where we also talk about DEI in these particular situations. This was also brought up in Project 2025 when we talk about the birthrights. That was also brought up in Project 2025. There are so many things that we're literally living in the moment right now, and y'all will listen to, and y'all know I don't mean y'all directly, but y'all will listen to a man who is not a smart businessman at all. I don't care how many times y'all call that man a smart businessman. He is not. He wouldn't have had to file bankruptcy as many times as he's had to if he was a smart businessman. But y'all let that man lie to y'all, telling y'all that he had nothing to do with it. Well, let's be very clear. The author of Project 2025 is absolutely on your cabinet. So we have a situation where again we're living everything that Project 2025 states. And no one is comparing, no one is talking about it, no one is pulling up Project 2025 to see what the things that we are living out. It's absolutely real. And my thing is too, when we talk about these deportations, we talk about several different things. We have to also remember this man being deported, sent over to El Salvador, sent to the worst prison ever, pretty much told I mean, pretty much they use that man as a laughing stock. Like we'll laugh at you because we have no intentions on bringing you back to America. We want to leave you over here, and we're pretty much gonna laugh at the outcome. That's what it gives me, right? I mean, everything that we talked about prior to prior to election and everything, it is really happening. It's happening. So I just wanted to talk about that, how it's impacting the Black communities of Project 2025. Proposed changes include dismantling the Department of Education, eliminating diversity and inclusion programs, and reducing funding for social welfare programs. We have that going on right now where where they want to take welfare absolutely away. We're going to get into the news about it all. Like this is I'm telling y'all, hey Miss Jones Lynn, what's going on? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the trade war of it all. So it says that President Donald Trump said that his administration is actively speaking to China to get a fair deal on trade. I told y'all, did I not tell y'all last week that we are going to be the absolute ones who, and when I say we, I'm not speaking as, us as the Black community. I'm also speaking us as the US. Like I told y'all last week, there will never be a chilly day in hell where we will win a trade war with someone like freaking China. It's just not ever going to happen. And so if we want to get anywhere, we are going to have a fair deal. Now, we are talking about someone who is not very business savvy whatsoever, coming up with a fair deal for trade war. A lot of people say you don't know what you're talking about, but this is clear. This is absolutely clear. um Dismantling African American museums as we speak. Absolutely, GG, that's another thing. So again, the Project 2025, it is affecting all kinds of people. And let me tell you something. The fact of the matter, and we have been saying this for quite some time, how DEI isn't affecting the people who they thought they would it affect first. It's affecting other people. And the thing about it is they thought that it wasn't. You see what I'm saying? So again, the Black community does struggle with the fact that, and see, we won't even get into, because this is another can of worms, but we won't even get into the Lord have mercy, I just lost my train of thought. I just lost my train of thought reading this. But anyway, I was gonna say the LGBTQ community. We won't even get into that because that's a whole nother story as to what Project 2025 says. And hopefully tomorrow, I do have a copy of Project 2025. I mean, you can Google a copy of Project 2025. And so I'm gonna go through some of it on tomorrow for our show. So that because we can't have a show on Friday. Sorry, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so we are gonna do a show tomorrow, and hopefully, I can get some of the Project 2025 wording and bring it over here, and we can talk about it and compare the two. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So, again, the potential cooling in the trade wars, saying high tariffs on Chinese goods will come down substantially. Of course, we know it ain't gonna be at no doggone zero. I mean, we know that. We know that. We know that for a fact. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this Bernie Sanders news, okay? And I'm reading you guys an article that was updated as of today. All right, Senator Bernie Sanders, he is letting the Democrats know, like, mm, I think you guys have paid a political price for not listening to the working class, because look at where we are now. Okay, so he says that I think support for this right wing agenda, which is not only about Uh, Not only about making sure that all things are good, but the tax breaks, okay, the massive cuts in Medicaid, the massive cuts in housing, the massive cuts in other programs that deal with that firsthand deal with those things. Um, I'm seeing that the Department of Education is up to the things. I mean, it's so much going on. So speaking of the Department of Education, let's get into this really quick. And then I'll come back to Bernie Sanders because this ties into to Bernie Sanders. So the Department of Education announced on Monday that it will restart collecting federal student loans in default on May the 5th. And girl, let me tell you what they plan on doing. And then a pandemic era caused to begin roughly 5 years ago. More than 5 million borrowers are in default. And the department said that in a news release that federal student loans go into default after 270 days without a payment. American taxpayers will no longer be forced to serve as collateral for irresponsible student loan policies. Education Secretary Linda said in a statement, the Biden administration misled borrowers. The executive branch does not have the constitutional authority to wipe debt away, nor do the loan balances simply disappear. I'm telling you all, they own it. As part of the move, the Educational Department Office of Student Aid will restart uh, the Treasury Offset Program, which collects debts by garnishing federal and state payments, such as tax returns or Social Security benefits. Girl, oh, the department's Monday announcement urged default borrowers to contact the student aid office's default resolution group and make a monthly payment, enroll in an income-driven repayment plan, or sign up for loan rehabilitation. It goes on to say that the office will move to begin this process of administrative wage garnishment this summer. Girl, this summer. That process allows a federal agency to order a non federal employer to withhold a percentage of an employee's income to pay a delinquent debt, according to the Bureau of, of, of I can't say that, faster service, something like that. Girl, what? So did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what I just said? Okay. The process allows a federal agency to order a non-federal employer to withhold a percentage of an employee's income to pay a delinquent debt. That is crazy. Now, this move comes as the Trump administration works to dismantle the education department. President Donald Trump signed an executive order last month directing them to start the process of shutting down the department. Trump later said that the Small Business Administration will absorb the education department's massive student loan portfolio. The loan portfolio totals a staggering 1.8 trillion in debt. The end of the multi-year pause also arrives as borrowers face limited access to affordable payment plans and programs in an effort to comply with a recent court order to end the Biden administration's SAVE Act, the SAVE plan, which is saving on a valuable education. Unfortunately, they want to dismantle that. The education department has removed applications for all income driven repayment plans from its website. Wow. Effectively locking out borrowers from adjusting their plans if they're unable to pay the standard rate. That is crazy, man. The education department also said Monday that it will share information next week about a new enhanced income driven repayment process. I don't trust it. That it says will remove the need for borrowers to rectify their income every year. I don't believe that, not one bit. I'm sorry, I don't. The SAVE plan, introduced in 2023, Um, the Save Plan, which came in 2023, it allowed borrowers to cap their monthly student loan bills at 5% of their income instead of 10%. Borrowers will also promise student loan forgiveness after making as little as 10 years of payments. The Student Borrower Protection Center, an advocacy organization, called out the Trump administration, for lifting the pause on involuntary collections for defaulters in the absence of income driven repayment plans. For 5 million people in default, federal law gives borrowers a way out of default. Child, listen, I ain't got no student loans and stuff out there, but I'm praying for y'all because this ain't no joke. Okay, there's something unfortunately that's going to happen that's probably going to affect us all if we're going to be realistic about it, right? So again, I don't have no student loans, but that don't mean, I know some people who are on Section 8 and who are on housing programs, and who now I will tell you this. What's up, Harold? What up? What up? What up? Though there's one thing that I've been seeing going around Facebook, and I want y'all to stop because it is so irritating to me. And it's dumb. Do I have a copy of it? So I saw a post that said, um, Trump is giving us an extra $1,000 on our food stamp card. What, like, so y'all think that mess is cute? Y'all think that's cute? Even if it was true, I don't know if it's true because I don't have food stamps, but I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it all over the place, and then maybe it was just a trend, but it ain't nothing to like play about. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking to a family friend the other day who was at one point last month getting, I think she said $408 in food stamps. This month they cut her down to $22. Nothing has changed for her. Not her job, not her salary. None of it has changed. Not to mention, I have a cousin who, she has a couple of houses that are on the HUD program. She was stating that there has been months that she has not received payment. There's one particular home that she has in Garland, Texas, and she has not received payment since February, since the 1st of February. And they, every time she calls and asks for questions, ask this, ask that, they'll say, "Oh, we'll handle it, or we'll settle it. Go to the online portal, file your dispute on what's going on, and we'll get back with you." She still has yet to receive any type of payment. So it is letting you know, y'all, that unfortunately it may look away, but if we do not get the news out, right, so that people can plan, so that people know what to do. And in those situations, I'm not the go-to person because I don't necessarily know what to do. But what I do know is that it's happening to people. It's absolutely happening to people. So we again, it's important to have these conversations. I know people don't want to have these conversations, but it's important to have them because it's real stuff going on. It's absolutely real stuff going on. So, back to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, he pretty much was doing the same thing he did when he went to Coachella as well, to talk about, uh, how the tax cuts will only, help the rich, help the billionaires and the people out there. He was also talking about the Medicaid. I'll tell you guys this: Medicaid is on a trip right now. There are some things Medicaid wants to pay for before it was like they are going to pay for these things, but then now it's like they don't want to do it. Medicaid is out of control. Nutrient housing, I mean, all of these programs are literally out of control. And again, if you're not affected by one, there's one that you are going to be affected by. You know what I mean? Not saying that everybody is on housing, not saying that everybody is, trying to make it out here like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there is something that is going to take place that's going to affect us some kind of way. You know, the house definitely needs to be flipped. I totally agree with you, but Gigi, you know just as good as well as I do. Hmm. You know. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we talked about, so I wanted to talk about this here really quick as well, where Fayette County school leaders say that they will not sign the DEI federal compliance. And I'm kind of, oh, let's get into it, child. Oh, I can't read the article. It says I gotta pay $2.99. Well, I'm not gonna do that. What in the world is going on? Okay, here we go. Um, Hold on. Let me see. See if I can pull it up here. While I'm waiting, I can let y'all know right now. So y'all know Mayor Eric Adams, he was down there to the gospel concert on Sunday in New York, right? And they booed him completely off of the stage. Y'all know he is a MAGA supporter. You know he's a part of MAGA, honey. And they pretty much booed him off the stage. Like, get your ass off this stage right now. Right now. I am not giving y'all 99 cents for this article. I bet you I don't. Hold on one second, because I do want to read this. Let's do this. I ain't giving y'all a dime for this article. Okay, here we go. All right, so Lexington, Kentucky. All right, Fayetteville County Public Schools announced on Wednesday that the district will fully comply with requirements set by Title V of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 after the Kentucky Department of Education signed a certification form um, forbidding the use of diversity, equity, and inclusion, the DEI practices in school policies. Girl. In the compliance agreement, Superintendent Demetrius Liggins said that the district would comply with all state and federal non-discrimination laws, including but not limited to Title V of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So it goes on to say that for our community, we want to reaffirm that the Fayette County's public schools remain steadfast in our commitment to ensuring every student receives the support that they need to thrive, Liggins said, alongside County Board of Education Chair Tyler Murphy in a statement on Wednesday morning. It goes on to say, oh, I think that's it. Oh, that's it. District leaders said that the decision to comply with the U.S. Department of Education wasn't just a legal obligation, but a reflection of who the community is and what they stand for. That's enough for us right there. That's enough for us right there, right? I mean, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. You just cannot make this stuff up. I think all of this stuff is just crazy to me. What's going on Twin Flames? What it do? What it do? So this is crazy. Then you got Springfield. They're over here saying the same thing pretty much, that they have to abide by it. It is just, I don't know. It is just, I don't know. It is just crazy. 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 It a lot. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Um, so let's go ahead and talk about um JFK or yeah. Um, hold on. I don't know what's going on. Um, hold on 1 second, y'all. I think it's our Wi-Fi gotta be screwing up. Okay, here we go. Let me get this pulled up. All right. So now this has been reported by Vanity Fair, you guys. Now I wouldn't typically cover this man at all, but let's get into it. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s personal crusade to make America healthy again is picking up steam and taking some startling turns. Earlier this week, CBS News reports that the director of National Institutes of Health, J. I cannot say that second word because it's very long, said that his office is planning to build a tracking system for our autistic people in the U.S., composed of private medical records, including from pharmacies to even fitness trackers. The data would reportedly The data will reportedly be used by select researchers as part of a series of studies into autism's origins, which Kennedy, who oversees the NIH as security of the as secretary, I'm sorry, of the Department of Health and Human Services, has ordered. The news of this deeply invasive effort came just days after Kennedy gave a harrowing talk about autism. And I'm gonna leave my thoughts about that conversation to myself. Um, Referring to it as an epidemic that destroys families and children, and, and mischaracterizing autistic people as being unable to hold jobs, have relationships, or pay taxes. Okay. You made me scratch every last one of my locks out of my head. See, now people who deal with autistic children, have autistic children. Mm, 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 mm. A heroin, addict in charge of health. You not lying, Gigi? This is literally why I'm shaking my head. Y'all can't see me, but I'm literally shaking my head. So then he goes on to say, Kennedy's talk uh, contradicted the finding of a new report by the Centers of Disease Control, which found that increasing screening and changes to diagnostics criteria have contributed to the rising rates of autism in the U.S. I News about NIH's plan drew swift backlash from both autism and privacy activists. Absolutely. Advocates. Absolutely. Absolutely. The disability community and many other marginalized communities have responsible fears based in both historical events and current policy pursued by the administration of any attempts to create list of marginalized people. Read a statement by the Autistic Self Advocacy Network. I'll read that later. Um, While personal health information often used for research, Ariana however you say her last name, a disability rights attorney for the Center of Democracy and Technology, said in a statement that collecting it without autistic people's consent is dangerous and crosses a line in the sand, particularly given long-standing and historical concerns surrounding the creation of registries of people with disabilities, which might I add is against HIPAA. Mm. You're right about it. While this may be the most disturbing development in Kennedy's term so far, it's hardly the only way that he sought to reshape the landscape of public health in America over the recent weeks. According to Politico, Kennedy is currently considering reversing the CDC's recommendation that children receive COVID 19 shots COVID 19 shots. And on Tuesday, Kennedy also said that he's working with the food industry to ban certain dyes in 2026. All of that, in addition to the effects of the uh, systematic gutting of HHS staff and Kennedy has overseen. And in just the last month, the CDC has reportedly scraped plans to help Texas schools control the measles outbreak. They're amid layoffs. According to the NPR, entire teams focused on uh, car crashes, R prevention, y'all know the R word, graping prevention, and education, traumatic brain injury, and more to the CDC have been let go. And while Kennedy has taken to calling sugar poison, mhm, he's also presiding over the FDA that reportedly suspended quality control tests for dairy products and postponed a requirement for companies to trace and remove bad foods. Child, this is just too much. It's just too much. I done told you. I done told it you. I done told it y'all. Um, JFK Jr. can go eat a big, you know what? Because, sir, what you're doing here is extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. I mean, it is extremely dangerous. Have you seen the one about the doctor with measles was Texas children with measles? No, I didn't even see that. So now the measles outbreak is here in Texas. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Yes, I do see this being reported by ABC News. Texas measles outbreak surpasses 600 cases with most among children and teens. The measles outbreak in Western Texas has now reached 624 cases, with 27 new infections confirmed in the last 5 days. Nearly all of these cases are among unvaccinated individuals or among those whose vaccinations status is unknown, according to the new data published by the Texas Department of State Health Services on Tuesday. Currently, 10 cases are among residents who have been vaccinated with one dose of measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, which 12 cases are among those vaccinated with two doses. My God, today, at least 600, I'm sorry, at least 64 measles patients have been hospitalized so far, according to the DSHS. The majority of the confirmed cases have been presented in children and teenagers between ages 5 and 17, followed by children ages 4 and under. Grains County, which borders New Mexico, remains The biggest one, well, it remains I guess the second biggest one with 386 cases confirmed so far. I cannot. Oh, the Texas doctor. Let's see about the Texas doctor. Let's see if it come up. Mm. And the orange, messing with the CDC people. Oh yeah, misinformation. Don't know what they're talking about. All kinds of stuff. I done told y'all with the CDC being like this, girl. Who wants to get out of the house? Everybody wants to stay in the house, hibernate in the house. You don't want nothing to happen, because you're not even half of these numbers. They might not even be accurate considering all of the things that has happened with the people down to the CDC. That's another thing that we got to keep in mind. A lot of these record-breaking numbers are probably not accurate considering all of these people you didn't let go and all these people that are without a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just too much, child. It's just too much. RFK meet him and called him an extraordinary healer. Let me see who. Oh, here we go, right here. Here we go, right here. Video shows doctor with measles treating kids. RFK Jr. later praised him. Oh, girl, let's get into this real quick. A Texas doctor who has been treating children in a measles outbreak was shown on a video with a measles rash on his face in a clinic a week before Health Secretary RFK Jr. met him and praised him and called him an extraordinary healer. Dr. Ben Edwards appeared in the video posted March the 31st by the anti-vaccine groups Kennedy once led, the Children's Disease Defense. In it, Edwards appears wearing scrubs and talking with parents and children in a makeshift clinic he set up in Seminole, Texas. Not in Seminole, Texas, girl. Not in Seminole. Oh, it won't let me click off this thing. Let me see. Oh, close. No, it won't let me. Oh, there we go. Okay. In Seminole, Texas, ground zero of the outbreak that has sickened hundreds of people in unalive 3, including 2 children. That is crazy. Edwards is asked whether he had measles, and he responded yes, then said his infection started the day before the video was recorded. What the hell? Yesterday was pretty achy, he said. Little mild fever spots came out in the afternoon, and today I woke up feeling good, Edwards said in a video. Measles is the most contagious. Measles is most contagious for about 4 days before and 4 days after the rash appears, and is one of the world's most contagious diseases, according to the U.S. Center of Disease and Control and Prevention. Doctors and public health experts said Edwards' decision to go into the clinic put children, their parents, and their communities at risk because he could have spread it to others. They said that there is no scenario in which Edwards conduct would be reasonable. Girl, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I absolutely cannot. So you had this measles outbreak. JFK go around there, ain't got on no type of protection or nothing from him. And now you calling him the world's greatest hero? What? And every place he was gone before and going to work. That is crazy to me. And it ain't just one of them situations where you can spray some Lysol around and just hope and pray that nobody get the disease. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. I have to keep saying that because it's like, what in the heck? Uh-uh. 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 I wow. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Thank you for bringing that up, Gigi. Thank you for bringing it up. Child, we talked about quite a bit today. Then we talked about Jamal Brown and the DEI. We just talked about the JFKs. We had two story on JFK Jr. We talked about the trade war, and hopefully it does come to an end. We talked about how Project 2025 does impact the Black community, and we do need to be giving it sound. Period. Point blank. Um, let's see what else we talked about. Okay, we talked about the schools, uh, and the DEI initiatives and everything. Um, okay, let's talk about this last thing, and then we're done after this. So I just found this article to be interesting. I'm just gonna read it. I just found this article to be interesting. So Washington, gas, groceries, eggs. Over the last week, President Donald Trump has lied about the price of them all. Okay, using this repeated deception to try to minimize widespread concerns that his tariffs will fuel inflation. Here is the fact check. All right. Trump claimed that last Thursday, the gas prices hit $1.98 yesterday in a couple of states. That wasn't true. No state had an average gas price below $2.70 per gallon on Wednesday, according to the data from AAA, which reported a national average of about 3.7 or $3.17 per gallon, and at least uh, and the lowest. I'm sorry, individual Wednesday price found by Gas Buddy, which tracked tens of thousands of gas stations across the U.S., was 2.19 at Stanton in Texas. The White House. Um. Okay, wait. Where was the stupid article? Okay, here we go. Then Trump said the next day that three states had hit $1.98 per gallon on Thursday. There was no basis for that either, and the lowest AAA state average on Thursday was also $2.70 per gallon, as Gas Buddy found it, and all stations was not selling any less than $2.19 per gallon. So let's get into the groceries. Trump claimed that last Thursday and Friday the grocery prices are down, and then claimed Tuesday that they have come down some more. False again. Average grocery price in March were about at 40.49% from February, according to the Federal Consumer Price Index data, which was the biggest month to month jump since October of 2022. Average grocery prices in March were also up to about 2.41% from previous March, the biggest year to year jump since August of 2023. These increases happened before Trump imposed 10% tariffs in early April on imports from most countries, which are certain to rise the prices of grocery items. I told y'all that. I told y'all that. I actually told people don't be surprised if you see the price of dairy going up before anything else. Don't be surprised. I can definitely see cheese going up. You could buy what, a package of shredded cheese right now for what, $3 and something. I could see it being 5-6 bucks for a shredded cheese. I think a gallon of milk right now here, I think it costs like right at $3 or pretty close to, no, I don't think it's that much. I think it's like two. No, it might be right at like $3 for a gallon of milk. I can see that going up to about 5, 6 as well. Like, I can see it going up, and it's going to be a huge percentage. I told y'all that. I told y'all that. Okay, so let's get into the last piece, which is the eggs. Okay, egg prices have striked over the last over the past year amid a bird flu outbreak. Trump claimed Tuesday that, as you know, the cost of eggs has come down to like 93, 94% since we took office. That is wildly inaccurate. The decline of 93% or 94% from the national average consumer cost of a dozen of large grade A eggs in January, about $4.95, would mean that eggs are now costing consumers under 38 cents per dozen. Right. At 93 to 94%. Are you serious, sir? Any grocery shopper can tell you that is nowhere close to the truth. In March, this national average price hit we hit a record high of about $6.23 per dozen. It's very possible the April average is lower. The data will be published in May, but clearly not what Trump said. The White House was previously pointed to wholesale egg prices as evidence of improvement. How? How? When we literally just caught him in the fact that he wasn't telling the truth about the prices of eggs. Wholesale prices have declined substantially since late February, but again, not nearly as much as Trump claims. It can be. As of Friday, the national wholesale price of dozen for a dozen grade A large eggs was $3.13, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, down from $6.55 as of the Friday after Trump took office on January 20th. That's the decline of about 52% and not 93 to 94%. I was wondering where this math was coming from because they could not have been right. The White House couldn't substantiate Trump's 93 to 94 percentage claim either. Instead, spokesperson Anna Kelly emailed a comment on Wednesday that asserted egg prices are down significantly under Trump because of his effort to fight bird flu. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. How about everything made from wheat, which is imported from Canada? I'm just saying. I'm telling you, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, child. We got a lot of work to do. We can't, y'all. As much as we probably want to sit back and not, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't. We got to be on the rise, and we got to be in the know about everything that is going on, y'all. We really do. We have to be. We have to be. There's no other way around it. We have to be in the know. We have to know what's going on. So although it is a situation where you want to sit back and be like, okay, I'm gonna mind my business, it's just not the time. Okay, it's just not the time. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I want to say thank you guys for tuning into our Poly Talk hour. We went over an hour today, which is fine. We'll be back live tomorrow. We'll have a few things to discuss. I'm quite sure we won't be live for an hour tomorrow, but we'll have a few things to discuss. There are a couple of things that I needed to do a little bit further research on before I discuss them. Um, and we will be doing that. I know that there was something with Putin and Trump that I need to dig deeper into. Some things going on with some of the HBCUs as well. So I'll take a look at those things, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk about those as well. All right. I don't know who's still here, but I appreciate you, Gigi, for being here. I appreciate you, Harold, for stopping through. Muckle Drop, shout out to you. Twin Flame, shout out to you for coming through. Mama Bees, Jones, Lynn. I bet you won't. Bama Girl, Miss Cheryl, Precious Jewel. Thank y'all so much for stopping through and stopping through during our Poly Talk hour. Starting next week, hopefully, I'll be able to drop the link for anyone who has some things that they would like to get off their chest or say. For you guys, I think that that's a good thing to absolutely do. So I do appreciate you all, and I hope you guys have a fantabulous day. Now, how did my computer get on airplane mode, child? That's what I wants to know. How did my computer get on airplane mode? I was wondering what was going on over here, and it was on airplane mode. That's crazy. I don't know how that happened. Thank you, CC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, tomorrow I don't have the time just yet, but I'll post on my community wall so that you guys will know. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.